politically correct and perhaps staying alive. Joining us is Tennessee Representative Marsha Blackburn, a member of the House Homeland Security Committee. Thank you for being with us, because as we watch what's happening in Great Britain, we have to determine what our priorities should be and how we balance out the things that we appreciate so much here in the States. Civil liberties and our life. How do we find out where we find that balance, where the line is?
Yeah, and where is that fine line? And Edie, you are so right on target on this. I was talking with one of my constituents yesterday, and she came up, she said, Marsha, you know, I don't like what they're doing. It kind of unsettles me a little bit, but I understand it's not about me, it's about them, and it's about keeping me safe. And so many people are coming to that point where they say, all right, we understand why you need the Patriot Act. We understand why you need to carry out some interface between our intelligence agencies and between local law enforcement. And the Fort Dix situation that we recently had, where it was a concerned citizen who went to local law enforcement, who then went to the CIA. Those are some of the lessons learned that people are looking at and saying, you know, maybe I need to reassess how I view things, and kind of the decision matrix that I put things through as I observe things that are happening in my community.
You know, my husband was born in the Middle East, so I think that I can say this without being called any kind of names. When you look at the people who have been attempting to carry out attacks here in the United States, they generally aren't little old ladies from Topeka. They aren't 11-year-old kids like my 11-year-old, who they spent 20 minutes searching his bags last time I flew. They are people who generally come from the same religious background, generally come from the same region of the world. So isn't it about time that we start focusing on those folks?
There are so many people who are saying, let's look at where the problem is, and let's look at what is generating this. Let's look at the Islamic jihadis and what is causing them to carry this jihad out. And their goal, we have to admit, is to end our way of life and to end our civilization as we know it. And that's a tough spot for many of us to come to, but we have to say that is their goal. That is why we have to be vigilant. That is why we have to pay attention to what is going on around us. And you know, Edie, I think it is disconcerting to many of us that we look at what has happened in the UK, we look at those that carried out the plots, who were physicians, who were caregivers, who were in the medical profession, and how they are the ones that sought to carry that out, even at the hospital, in front of those groups. And it's going to be a discussion that we as the American people are going to have. How do we approach freedom and security and be certain that we remain the greatest nation on the face of the earth that values faith, family, freedom, hope, and opportunity?
Well, we are having that discussion now, I guess. We'll see where it leads. Representative Marsha Blackburn, Tennessee, thank you very much.